It's time to get you in the know. The month of July is in the rearview mirror. We are now on the second day of August, and we started off the month, a bit of cloud cover in St. John's, although much sunnier skies look to be in store for our long weekend. And of course, we're looking ahead here. What does the month of August have in store for you? That's what we'll look to answer right now. And Fredericton and the rest of New Brunswick are off to a good start here for this long weekend, although maybe a bit of stormy weather later this long weekend could be in store. Meanwhile, in Port Stanley, the nice sunny skies start bringing some baggage. We do have some hazy conditions. Wildfire smoke has tracked over from other parts of the country. We'll talk about just how much that could be a factor in the early part of this month of August. I'm Matt Hamel alongside meteorologist Kevin MacKay. Now, Kevin, when we look at the month ahead, how is August looking here with another month of summer right in front of us?
Well, it's looking much better than the previous month for some areas, especially Alberta and southern Alberta and Saskatchewan. That's where the cold has been for the last month. Now, the rest of Canada, it's actually been above normal. BC, southern Ontario, the Maritimes, certainly can't complain about July at all. Now, moving forward, what's our pattern setting up as, well, that ridging to start it off in the Prairies is actually pushing the heat too far north. So Calgary, by the time we get to Sunday and Monday, you could be about 15 degrees colder than northern Alberta. So can't really lock every province in the same category. By the time we get to the second week of August, trying to get some of that Pacific ridging, that should continue to the dry stretch for the West Coast, and more zonal patterns for eastern Canada should be holding in that warmth since there's plenty of it south of the border. So for a temperature trend, I'm thinking much of the country is going to be leaning above the average seasonal mark. Biggest improvement, Calgary, you really deserve some warmth. Now, unfortunately, August is kind of the start of the downward trend for our temperatures. So yes, Toronto, you're still holding on to that 26.0 average, but you are heading down. Now, in terms of the rainfall, tough to do an entire monthly trend, but this is what we're looking at for essentially the first 10 days. Now, with all the heat down in the Central Plains, we're going to be looking at multiple rounds of storms getting up into the Prairie provinces. That's likely what we're going to have to rely on for our fire relief. And BC has now joined Saskatchewan and Manitoba and Alberta with some impressive fires. Kelowna, this fire luckily was quickly put under control. But yes, 20 out-of-control fires were added to the list just on Friday. So with the heat, yes, we finally reached 40 degrees in Lytton. That's the national hotspot. We're likely going to see those fires continue to build. Now, southern Ontario, the Maritimes, you've been in a dry stretch. That's likely going to continue by the end of August. That's when you start to have to look at the tropical pattern, see if we get any of those early season storms getting up into the Maritimes. Now, a few points to take home for August. Yes, we're getting those cooler days, so longer nights, colder air is able to set in further south. We're also going to be having those cooler overnights bringing some dew, maybe some foggy mornings as well. Always a sign that summer is wrapping up. Shorter daylight hours, that is certainly noticeable if you're in the north. The one upside to the shorter daylight hours, I think personally, don't have to get up quite as early if you're heading out fishing, Matt. So yeah, whether you're in the north, in the south, I hope you can still make the best of August.